democracy, and especially democracy in Kenya, has been like serving buffet in the village. You know,
What do you mean?
when you bring buffet to the village, you're serving people who have never seen a buffet, and the first thing that they're likely to do is just to eat themselves to death. Why am I saying this? We have seen a lot of violence. Actually, we've seen a lot of emotive elections in very developed, countries of the world.
Yes.
Even, many, many years after.
Right.
It is true to note that every other elective moment is extremely emotional. And let me give you a very good example. The crowd that we saw yesterday that accompanied Raila to vote, that was a very volatile moment. Assume a policeman would have just fired a gun, for example, just instantly, and it could just evolve into something that you could not expect at all. I'm almost looking at, when a group of people in one of the most developed countries in the world just, stormed the rotunda, that kind of a moment.
Yeah.
So it can be very, very emotive, and especially when people have interest to protect. And in our case, I think we are maturing. Let us admit that. We are maturing, and that's why yesterday I hinted that I think we have turned around the corner as a country. And chapter 6 was supposed to deal with political goons and such kind of scenarios and situations where character would be above each and every other thing that is considered for somebody to get a leadership position. And I think if we, as a country, implemented chapter 6 of the Constitution, we would get rid of this kind of isolated kind of persons, because they are known. We know them. We would expect something from this kind of a guy.
Yes.
Exactly.
So they are very predictable, highly predictable. And if they are highly predictable, we just need an interpretation in the law of chapter 6, and we will get rid of this guy once and for all. And then I think what you've said is very, very true. This is one of the elections where we've first experienced relative peace. I think a lot of peace in the pre-election period. And also on the voting day, I think it was the isolated instances that cannot be compared with what we've seen before, actually.